Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to outline how to do competition analysis for keywords to find out which keywords you can rank for, usually on a brand new website. So this is following up from the video that I released yesterday on how to do keyword research. So once you've found your keywords, you should be coming over here and trying to find out whether or not you can rank for those keywords. So if you haven't got a list of keywords yet, I recommend going and watching that first video. I'll leave a little card up above on how to do keyword research. So what we're doing today is we're looking at how competitive the keywords are that you've already found. So the question is, how can I rank for this keyword? The first thing that I would do is I would eyeball the SERPs. Now, SERP stands for Search Engine Results Page. So it's just the first page of those 10 different articles that usually appear on Google once you search a keyword. And that's where you want to end up. You want to end up in one of those first 10 articles so that people will click through it, hopefully in the top 3 so that you can get as many click-throughs as possible. So type in the keyword that you want to rank for and have a look at all of these things that appear, all the pages that appear on the first page of Google. 2 things to look out for low competition are Quora and Reddit. Quora and Reddit are probably the 2 most popular forums in the world. And if those forums, or one or both of them, are ranking on the front page of Google, that's a pretty good sign because forums usually rank pretty low. They don't rank as well as good quality websites. There are other forums that you could look out for. So if you're in the finance niche and you know some finance forums around, there's another good sign if that finance forum appears that there might be a weakness in the SERPs, meaning you can probably rank above those forums with a well-written article, maybe 2,000 words long. Now, there was a Google update in May 2020 that did help forums rank a little better than they used to in the past. So forums are a little bit more competitive now than they used to be, but it's still a good sign. If you look at the first 10 pages on Google and there are forums there, that's one sign that maybe you can rank on Google for that keyword. The second strategy is to check the word count of competitors' pages. So let's say we're looking for how to paddleboard straight. So how to paddleboard in a straight line. One thing I often do is I'll look at all those first pages and I'll say, well, have they got really low word count? Have they really answered the question in depth, or is it just a really short page? And usually when I'm talking about a short page, it's usually less than about 900 or 1,000 words. So one thing that you can do is you go to wordcounter.net and you can just copy the URL of those first 10 articles, paste them on the webpage word counter page on webpagewordcounter.net, and it'll tell you exactly how many words are on that page. So for example, this one, this Learn How to Paddleboard article only had 826 words, which is pretty low. Usually you'd want to be aiming for about 1,500 words. Now, one of my case study websites that I'm currently doing for my Race to $1,000 case study, a lot of the articles seem really competitive. They're from very authoritative websites, but when you click through to them, often they're only about 300 words long. And that was a sign to me saying, even though these are good websites, they're not doing a very good job of answering the question in depth, and therefore I'm going to try to compete against them. So try to look for keywords that you want to write about where the competitors have only written 800, 700 words long. It's a good sign that maybe you can overtake them with a well-written article. Now, another way to check the word count of competitor pages is to use the Surfer SEO free Chrome plugin. And on the right-hand side, it'll pop up with this little chart. And you can select between traffic, words, and keywords. If you click on words there, it'll tell you how many words all of those top pages are. Sometimes it can't read them, so it couldn't read the 1st and 7th articles for this keyword. But you can see here that for the rest of the articles, it's saying that they're all around about 1,300 words long. There's a couple of 1,800 word long ones. So that's a bit of a sign of how long you should write your article. But when you're looking for weakness in the SERPs, you're looking for most of the articles, or at least the first 3, being under 1,000 words. That's one way that you can identify weakness. Okay, another way that you can identify weakness is the Mozbar Chrome plugin. And I strongly recommend downloading this. It is free at the moment. And once you've activated it, every time you do a Google search, this little bar will pop up under every single result. So I've searched fastest way to build a web app. So that's the keyword that I might want to rank for. And it tells you the domain authority and page authority of that page and its domain. Now, the thing about domain authority and page authority is it's a made up metric by Moz that says how many links are pointing to that web page. There are a lot of other factors as well, but it's basically trying to say how authoritative and how well respected is this website in Google's eyes. So you can see a lot of them, domain authorities in the 60s and 90s, and there's one down here in that's 14. Usually, to identify weak SERPs where you can rank well, I look for either domain authority less than 20 for the first few articles ranking on the front page, or page authority less than 30 for the first few articles ranking on the front page. If there's really low domain authority and page authority for the keyword that you're searching for, it means you could probably compete with your new website, which will have domain authority and page authority of 1, which is very low, of course. So usually, just to sum that up, if the articles that are ranking 1, 2, 3, and 4 have domain authority in the low 20s or teens, and if the page authority of those articles are in 30 or below, it's a really good sign that you might be able to rank for that article eventually. So let's go back to our spreadsheet now and see how we can use all of these strategies to decide which keywords we want to target to try to rank in Google. So you've got all your keywords, and you'll want to go through each of those keywords and eyeball the SERPs, see whether or not the competitors have long articles or whether they're only 800 word long articles, see whether or not there are articles with domain authority of less than 20 or page authority of less than 30 on the front page. And then you're going to want to just guess what the competition level is. If it seems like there's a lot of really weak articles on the front page, lots of forums, lots of low DA pages, give them a low competition rating. If it seems like all of your competitors are domain authority 90 and there's no forums in there and all of the articles are really long, give them a high competition rating. And if it's somewhere in between, give them a medium competition rating. And now you should be able to have a spreadsheet that's got your keyword. Maybe you've got keywords everywhere and you've entered the search volume and the competition level. And now you've got an idea of, well, which articles should I start writing on my website? Usually I try to start writing the easiest low-hanging fruit first. So low competition, high search volume terms. They're the ones that I'm going to write for the first 10, 15, 20 articles for my blog. Once I've exhausted all of them, I might go through the medium competition ones that have high search volume. And then once I've exhausted them, and only once I've exhausted them, am I going to go for the high competition ones. So we're starting with low competition because our website has got low domain authority, isn't really good in the eyes of Google, so we're going to rank for keywords that we think are really easy to rank for to begin with. And then, as I always say, try to write 80 to 100 articles at least in the first 6 months. And then after 6 months, you're going to start seeing some traffic, but that first 6 months, I don't usually expect to see any traffic at all. So those 6 months are just putting your head down and writing. So thanks for watching this video, especially if you're brand new to this channel. I really appreciate you stopping by. If you want to follow any of my case studies, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button and stick around, start chatting with me in the chat box. I'm always happy to have new people coming and chatting with me.